Thank you. My name is Peter Schiff, and I guess you can say I am in the economic and financial gloom and doom business. And thanks to this body, President Obama, the Federal Reserve, business is booming.
Before Barack Obama leaves office, there will be a currency crisis. The U.S. dollar will collapse, and prices in this country for consumer goods are going to go ballistic, and so will interest rates. And we're going to be living in an economy with unemployment closing in on 20% and double-digit inflation and double-digit interest rates. This is economic ruin that is coming, and it's because of the very policies that you're wanting Barack Obama to. I will tell you this: I am wrong less often than every other guest that comes on this program, bar none.
But Peter, you know, as Scott Redler came up to me and he said, "Oh, Peter's with us. He's been bearish for 10 years." I said, "I've known him since high school. He's been bearish since he was 16." But look, it is obviously a time where gold does well. But what's your next trade as you look ahead, Peter? What are you going to be putting money into?
It's not about being bearish. It's being correct. And first of all, this is not about Brexit. Right?
Typically, stayed solid during that time.
And the second point that he made was he actually offered you a personal challenge where he said, and I took this down, are you providing health care to your female employees in California where it is a state mandate because you have your OPACs there? Were you aware of it? And if you weren't, how can you, who are claiming that it will have a huge effect on employers, not be aware of it? Did you not dock the pay? And if you did dock the pay, then he wants you to show something tangible, you know, the actual tangible result of the mandate where it forced you to have higher premiums and dock their pay.
Yeah, well, I'd have to look into, I'm sure, because, you know, I'm sure that if we have contraceptive coverage for our female employees, you know, and obviously I'm not female, so I don't even look at it, but I would imagine that there is a deductible, there is a copay. I can check that out, but I know my insurance premiums have been rising, you know, anywhere from 10 to 20% every single year. And what I generally end up having to do is reduce the amount that I pay in order to be able to absorb these hits. And so I put more and more of the costs on my employees. And so they end up seeing it in diminished wages, because what happens is I pay a smaller percentage of their health care, and more of it comes from them. And so, you know, so my employees are already seeing their wages diminished based on the escalating cost of health care. I don't just eat it all. Every time my health care premiums go up, I don't just take the hit myself. You know, I pass on, and I'm going to continue to do that to employees. They still get the benefit of having the insurance premiums paid for pre-tax, but it is diminishing that income. But yeah, you know, it's basic economics. If something costs you more, you will buy less of it. That's supply and demand. And if women are more expensive to hire because I have to give them free birth control, then either I will pay them less or I will hire few of them. That's just how it works. I don't need to study to prove that. Just like I don't need to study to prove gravity works. I know it works. It's a law of physics, right? I don't have to constantly reprove